Hello, and welcome back to the Fallout 4. We find ourselves in the middle of, in the center of the Institute, where we have teleported 2 episodes ago, but we are walking around. This is the Institute, you can see it well. Met the father, who is actually our son, but we seem to be the father of the father, because the father, it is a biological role, but it's also a role in the Institute.
Reporting status.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Alana and Justin.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
Hey there.
I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
What's Justin doing that's causing friction?
Oh, he's just pushy and demanding. He thinks his problems should be everyone's biggest concern. I have to admit, though, the other divisions have never taken our needs as seriously as they should. Guess they see us as a necessary evil or something. It's really not fair. Oh, just listen to me. It's the first chance we've had to get acquainted, and all I want to do is complain. In any case, it was good to meet you.
It's only human to complain.
Dr. Secord.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Think so?
You smell like you've been above ground.
3 levels of approval. Do you believe that? 3!
Just had a sighting near Poseidon Energy.
Who's in that sector?
Pretty sure it's X755.
Let's start a track.
Synth Retention Bureau. Reclamation Target Tracking. C241 Unit at Large Investigation underway. Assigned course X236. Location was sighting Good Neighbor. Notes: no recent sightings. Unit believed to be in railroad custody. Mem wipe likely performed by now. Unit S943. Investigation is suspended. Last sighting Boston Airport. Investigation suspended. Area deemed too hazardous at this time. Unit B592. Reclamation scheduled. Libertalia Raider Stronghold. Unit B592 has been mem-wiped by railroad agents. New identity is Gabriel. Unit now leads raid gang based at Libertalia. Shows highly aggressive tendencies, has killed several dozen rivals and civilians. Suspect brain damage resulting from mem-wipe process. Unit K823 is destroyed. Remains located northeast of Sogos Ironworks. Units remains discovered near Sogos Ironworks and returned to Robotics Division. Unit destroyed by multiple gunshot wounds. Suspect raiders based out of Sogos Ironworks. L337 Unit at Large. Investigation underway. Last sighting Corvega. Unit has been mem-wiped. New identity is Leo. Exercise extreme caution. Unit has been trained by railroad and is proficient with several weapons. Unit has evaded capture twice and wounded Colossus on both occasions. List of informants. The following individuals have proven useful in our reclamation operations. In exchange for caps, these persons have in the past provided information on escaped synth sightings and suspected railroad activity. If you make a new contact, add the individual to the database. Director Ayo, informant list. Cricket, occupation caravaner, location mobile. Tommy Lonegan, occupation owner or proprietor, combat zone. Trash Kankawa, Doc Weathers, AJ, Cam Dealer, Marovsky, chem supplier in Good Neighbor, Lucas Miller, caravaner, Henry Cook, barkeeper in Diamond City. A lot of caravanners are informants. Okay, update course maintenance logs, enter supply requisition form, small arms ammunition, update case file, reclamation successful, file closed, review and update target tracking database, review and approve revised course training procedures.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact,
No idea what you're talking about.
I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position.
Wait,
He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
isn't Zimmer the guy from Fallout
Dr.
3?
Ayo.
Yes, what is it?
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Justin,
Yes, what is it?
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
I think I might be looking a
Like
little
any
bit more
machine,
friendly
the
like
synth
this.
can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Another SRB terminal.
Good day.
That thing looks not cool. Notices. Our new visitor. As you know, Father has granted full access to our new visitor from the surface. That includes the entirety of the SRB. While we must accommodate father's wishes in this matter, we must also remain diligent. Refrain from discussing any sensitive information, especially the ongoing investigation involving the Gen 3 synths. In an ideal world, the railroad will have no influence on our new guest. We do not live in an ideal world. Due to recent developments in our ongoing investigation into the missing synths, I am adjusting our policy regarding discussions of this subject with personnel outside of SRB. In brief, details of the investigation are now classified and cannot be shared with anyone other than Bureau personnel, and even then, such conversations can take place only here in the Bureau facilities. Those who are found to be in violation of this policy will face the strictest discipline. I'm starting to wonder if M762, the infiltrator unit McDonough, is it Mayor McDonough? Hasn't begun to outlive its usefulness. Assuming the identity of Diamond City's mayor has provided us with invaluable intelligence over the years, but suspicions have only continued to mount. This latest incident, the publication of that newspaper article specifically calling McDonough's humanity into question, might just be the tipping point. I've spoken with Ayo and we both agree. If the situation does become untenable, reclamation seems unfeasible. M762 was specifically engineered to mimic the actual human McDonough. As such, the unit's synthetic biology is that of someone overweight and grossly out of shape. A mem-wipe would kill any physiological weaknesses attributed to self-perceived old age, but that body? Lost cause. The real irony here is that M762 is one of its dispatches back to the Institute requested a future posting in the courses, citing loyalty and years of service. And that request alone was evidence of enough self-awareness and independence to completely eliminate him from contention. Never mind the fact that he wouldn't even fit into the uniform. Determination. When and if M762's identity is eventually compromised, the unit is effectively decommissioned in field. No reclamation, no institute assistance. Given its relative age and physical condition, not to mention the danger inherent in an infiltrator's unit discovery, further lifespan estimated at 2 weeks maximum. Secured. Access to Bureau. It has come to my attention that certain colleagues who are dissatisfied with our policies and procedures here, on more than one occasion, tried to circumvent our established process for registering their complaints with Father, and have tried to gain access to our secure facilities in order to complain in a more direct manner. I am sure I need not remind you that the Bureau is off-limits to all personnel not assigned to this division. Do not allow yourself to be browbeaten, cajoled, and intimidated or otherwise manipulated into allowing anyone who lacks the appropriate clearance to enter the Bureau. Failure to uphold this mandate will result in severe discipline. As you are all aware, Father has asked that we monitor our power usage carefully and try to be as efficient as possible. As a point of personal emphasis, we should strive to be efficient in everything we do, but our division has needs that are unique among the various branches of the Institute. The fact is, sometimes our operations require resources that we cannot radically disclose due to the sensitive nature of what we do. I place my trust in your judgment. If you require additional power or any other resources to carry out your work, then take what you need. Consult me if you have any concerns or questions, but know that the responsibility of meeting your project deadlines falls upon your shoulders, and I won't accept limited power availability as an excuse for failing to meet those deadlines. In short, do what you need to do, and if anyone objects to the way in which we carry out our work, I will deal with those objections myself. Inventory management. Okay, bottle caps, fusion cells, rifle armament, fusion cells. X102, it's a courser with 1,000 bottle caps. Cool. Access log. So those are the reclamation chambers, right? Cool. Thankfully, those divisions are not another full-fledged locations, right?
Report, sir.
So when I go in,
Pardon me, sir.
I don't spend hours there.
Pardon me.
So we were in robotics, where they constructed synths, and these are advanced systems, right?
Safety
She's been at
first.
it for over 2
Remember
hours.
that.
What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me.
Yeah? Yes?
I hope you and Father try to make up the time you've lost. Family is important.
Well, that was productive. If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Doctor.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, a lot of us do that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us. One day, I'll design a more efficient reactor to replace that old clunker in the basement.
Doc.
Yeah?
Since you're new here, you should take time to learn our safety procedures. And the sooner the better.
Sure thing.
Rules create order, and order promotes efficiency.
Can't argue with that.
Words any former soldier can appreciate.
A man who understands the need for discipline will be a valuable addition here. I had some handbooks made up, but that was years ago. I'll see about getting one to you.
Sounds good.
Take care then.
Wow, that was a very fulfilling dialogue. Terminal 3B. Access logs. Watson and Li. Reviewing research proposals, synth progress updates, updating findings on child synth development, submitting regular updates to directorates. Regulation updates. Submitted for approval. Review permissions for assigning sidearms to personnel. The Bureau recommendations to increase security have overridden any normal procedures for allowing institute scientists to carry firearms. Training for said firearms also needs to be updated. Reconsider interdepartmental network access. Certain divisions appear to be abusing this. Security systems need to be reviewed by Facilities Division ASAP. Given recent events, it is extremely important that the Institute be prepared for any conceivable situation, no matter how unlikely. Dr. Ayo has requested this for some time, and I am now inclined to agree with him. Personal notes. I have in the last 24 hours observed no less than 7 blatant violations of Institute protocol. The degree to which people appear to ignore the rules which have been put in place to keep us all safe is incredibly disappointing. Madison Li, the lady from the Fallout 3 as well, insists that I continue the testing battery with the child synth despite my reservations about the project as a whole. If this were any other situation, I would not have second thoughts about getting straight to the director, but given the circumstances, I shall simply wait it out. Aww. curious what's in there. Terminal 2B. This is by Orman, right? Submitting research projects, update diagnostic tools for child. Redacted. Ayo logged in here. Watson, rejection of project proposals. Okay. Human cybernetics. Build on existing institute research into implants cybernetics to augment human capabilities and lifespan. Previous program met with limited success in a single subject. Using a broader array of subject and new techniques could prove highly effective. Rejected. Director. Notes none given. Cold fusion. Divert time and materials from current Phase 3 research to exploring the possibility of sustainable nuclear reactions through electrochemical processes at or near room temperatures. Pre-war work on the subject yielded no concrete results. Advances in technology could potentially make it possible. Rejected by Li. Evidence suggests this is and always will be a pipe dream. Miniaturization. Modification to relay assembly allowing for extra parameters when rematerializing, specifically to explore recalibrating object size and density. Imagine if it were possible to use the relay to shrink someone down to the size of an insect, or even smaller. Rejected by Watson. Let's keep things out of the realm of science fiction, please. Damn, but it is like the Ant-Man. Plasma weaponry. Pre-war plasma weapon exists, albeit in a somewhat primitive state. Samples have been collected. With work from my dedicated research team, said weapons could be improved upon dramatically. Approval is pending. Something to consider after Phase 3 is complete. What's Phase 3, I wonder? Dr. Li has been spending more and more time in her lab with the kid. Synth. Thing. It's creepy and I can't help but wonder if she's getting a little too attached. Evan has rejected my last 12 proposals. I don't know how to get through to that man at all.
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
So, how's Project Purity going?
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
This is amazing how much the father trusts in me, because he doesn't know me. He might know the idea of me, right? You might have some hopes and expectations, but you don't know this man. You've never seen him. You did not interact with him.
Hello? Anyone in there?
Yes, I'm talking with the people here.
Tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. He's, how to put it, very organized and precise. Dr. Orman is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's something of a prodigy when it comes to physics.
Dr. Li. Is everything okay, Dr. Li? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Dr. Li. I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Eh? I have not the slightest clue what she's talking about.
Rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
I used to work exclusively on the synth projects, but lately I prefer less...
Let's see. So we have one last division to visit, right? And then maybe we will go to the sublevel.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
Bioscience. Well, basically the food production, right?
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
Hi, Doc.
Yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't a good time.
Working on something important?
All of my work is important. Now, if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations. They're difficult enough without the distractions.
Why don't you write them down?
Okie doke. I'll let you get back to work then.
Good.
Hi. Liam's been trying to teach me robotics. It's more complicated than I thought.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Hi, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Oh, you're friendly.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name
Go ahead.
implies, the Bioscience division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, We've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
I think Dr. Carlin was looking for help with one of his experiments. You should talk to him.
Clayton.
Anything I can help you with?
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
Dr. Holdren.
Anything I can help you with?
I'm good for now, thanks.
Take care then.
I believe those gorillas, right?
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. Hi there.
Bruh. Where can I find Dr. Carlin?
You're gonna have to work pretty hard to impress anyone down here.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Dr. Carlin.
Well, if it isn't our visitor from the past. Some time ago, we covertly replaced the family patriarch at Warwick Homestead with a synth. He's been field testing a variety of genetically modified seeds that I created. Take this packet of seeds to the Roger Warwick synth. Be careful with these. They represent years of genetic manipulation and enhancement. Hopefully you can manage such a simple task.
Don't patronize me.
It won't be a problem.
I trust that it won't. Now listen closely, because this next part is vitally important. When Roger asks how your trip was, tell him some blood bugs chased you halfway across the Commonwealth. That code phrase will identify you as an agent of the Institute. Also, you must be discreet. Do nothing to draw attention to yourself or raise suspicion.
And if your synth has been compromised?
Then you'll have to improvise. You seem clever, I'm sure you'll manage. Now hurry on to Warwick Homestead so we can begin the experiment.
Let's see. I'd like to see if they have some terminals for me to read. Department notices. Our special guest has arrived. Now that our guest of honor is here, I want to remind everyone to be polite, accommodating, and welcoming. It's not often we receive visitors from the surface, and this occasion is more special than most. I know I can count on all of you to extend a hand of friendship and greet our visitor with the utmost hospitality. Let's embrace this exciting event and make the best first impression we possibly can. Director Holdren. Power conservation. When we first implemented the new power efficiency guidelines, I was proud at how well we were able to meet those standards with only a minimal impact on our productivity. It was a daunting challenge, but we rose to meet it. Lately, however, we've been getting lax in our habits. Too often I'm finding lights and equipment left on when they shouldn't be, and the environmental settings have been changed without my authorization. Let's rededicate ourselves to doing what's right for the needs of the Institute as a whole. After all, this isn't just our home, it's a home for the future generations who will carry on the great work of building a better future. Synth zoology, the next step. I have something exciting news to share with all of you. Father has approved the next phase of my proposed synth zoology initiative, and I am already in the process of setting up a schedule for the initial prototyping phase. As has always been the case, this is a low priority project, but those of you who find yourselves with free time and are welcome to contribute. I will need to make a few preliminary decisions, not the least of which is what kind of creature I will want to replicate. I don't have to tell you how eager I am to begin, and I can't wait to see what amazing things we can do given our recent advances in synth development. Soil pH values. Moderate acidic, slightly acidic, moderate alkaline, neutral, moderate acidic, SLT. Is it slightly? What's the difference between moderate and slightly then? Significantly? I mean, pH value of 7 is much bigger than 5. Okay, moderately acidic, neutral, strongly alkaline. Okay. Access logs. So pH, departmental notices, department notices, department notices. Okay. Okay, nothing particularly interesting in here. Some Steam packs. Those are always welcome. Yet another terminal. SZI Phase 2 Development. Synthological Initiative. Okay. Initial thoughts. What to create? We've engineered creatures that inhabit the sky and the land. The next logical step is a creature of the sea. The greatest challenge remains data collection, accurate measurements, behavioral data, life cycle, habitat, etc. Might Nahant have something useful? Note to self, request that we allocate a scavenger team to that area. So what aquatic creature makes a good candidate? Start with size, nothing too large, nothing too small. Most promising candidates, genus Delphinus, genus Carcharinus. On-site habitat will be a logistical challenge. Expansion of bioscience likely necessary, including large water tank, many logistical challenges to implement, facilities division likely to oppose this. Have to pitch this as the first step in a broader plan. What else can go in the aquatic habitat? Can we grow food there? What other experiments could we do? Could we develop underwater synth models to carry out seabed salvage operations? Probably far-fetched. Need to work on this more. We'll table this journal for the time being, focus on other priorities until we can come up with more reasons that will benefit from the aquatic habitat, and still get the data in the meantime. Warwick Homestead Initiative. Statement. It was conceived to facilitate field testing of various genetically modified specimens in the unique climate of the Commonwealth. It is hoped that we gain insight into the effects of trace radiation on the growth and development of said specimens. We of the Bioscience Division are in full agreement on the following hypothesis. Subjected to the proper levels of ambient radiation and soil pH, such as those found in the exceptionally fertile soil at Warwick Homestead, our modified seed specimens are likely to exhibit accelerated growth rate and a twofold increase in size. Implementation. Stage 1. Using genetic manipulation, we will develop a unique breed of let's say cucumbers, with similar characteristics to those commonly farmed in the Commonwealth. Stage 2. Acquire Roger Warwick, Patriarch of Warwick Homestead, and conduct a series of intensive interrogation sessions to learn all we can about his wife and family. Stage 3. With the intelligence gathered in Stage 2, create a synth replica of Roger Warwick and embed the unit on site at Warwick Homestead to oversee the operations directly. Bureau will handle logistics of this aspect of the initiative. Stage 4. Begin covert deliveries of prototype seed batches for planting. Stage 5. Collect observational data from embedded unit. Stage 6. When sufficient data has been collected, retrieve synth unit and specimens for lab study. Purge all surface evidence. Reports. Ready for shipment, delivery complete, report received, complete, blah 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 blah. Batch destroyed in transit. Sad. behavioral anomaly report. Here are details you requested regarding the gorilla behavioral anomalies. A total of 16 incidents of heightened aggression have been documented. Bioscience personnel who witnessed these events, myself included, would categorize the level of aggression displayed as extreme and dangerous. In all, six synth handlers have been destroyed by gorilla attacks. As for what triggers these behavioral changes, I speculate that it's a reaction to perceived conflict. Several attacks followed heated arguments that took place within earshot of the pen. Another occurred soon after the recent Bureau security sweep. It seems clear there is a fault in the behavioral model. I doubt it can be corrected. I know you are against it, but I think we have to consider destroying them. Failing that, I recommend that all contact with the gorillas be limited to synth units only. Bioscience personnel should not be permitted to come into contact. The risk is simply too great. Remote login by Ayo, notes redacted.
Surprisingly, I have. Good man. Good man. Compliment is quite unnecessary, Dr. Holdren.
It's quite an old office. To put it lightly. I have a feeling that bioscience is not treated with the highest of priorities. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you exit it, right? Right. So, we have, first and foremost, the FEV lab. Second, there is something over here.
Got it.
Blood pack.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Sweet.
Let's try to not cause any ruckus, hey?
Yes.
Okay. Puncturing pipe wire range mod. Some bottle caps. That was an assault drone. Cool. God damn it. Gold plated thingy. That's a dead cat. Ew. Well, I mean, if you are testing the virus, you might even test it on a cat, because why not, I guess. That did not go well.
Got it.
It's interesting when a cat has dog tags. Alrighty, let's see. Ideally, I wish to find a terminal that would disconnect all the turrets. Yeah, units connected too. And both of them are offline. Okay. Cool. Brian Virgil, personal log 0176.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
This is Dr. Elliot reporting for the Bioscience Division. March 22-24. We just received another batch of subjects, but as my previous report stated, we're at an impasse here. More of the same won't help. The two most promising strains of FEV have been adapted to an ideal state, but we're still missing something. I am officially echoing the team's position. The most likely progress for our research on synthetic organics requires new avenues of exploration. Additional Commonwealth subjects will not help. It's the same problem across the board. Exposure to too much radiation. We need someone new. There's a proposal we'll be putting forward. I am not entirely comfortable with it, but it seems the best course.
Did you kidnap Sean to have access to his DNA to advance the FEV? God damn you people.
This is Dr. Elliot with the official report for the Directorate from Bioscience. The date is, August 2178. I'm pleased to report that, as has been the case during my tenure, crop yields exceed expectations. In point of fact, everything down here is fine, with one notable exception. Dr. Frederick has informed me that the Directorate has pre-approved research on samples of the FEV virus, which he already has in his possession. Now, I'm not one to question the Directorate, you all know that. I don't even want to know where this came from, but, well, this is troubling. Dangerous, possibly. I will do my best to make sure risks are minimized, but I really do hope that the consequences are understood.
So the other entrance, where is it? Okay, just hidden behind some things. Okay. The friendly fella. The friendly fella. Where is he?
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded by geniuses.
Hey.
Dr. Watson doesn't think I'm Institute material. I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Huh. I'm looking for the head guy.
It's great to have you here.
Clayton.
Something I can do for you?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
Not at the moment, but thanks for asking.
I'm wondering why he was terrified. Did I read this one? Close by Cool. Why do I want to do that? So, the episode is about to be done. However,
Do you require anything?
there is something that I'd like to explore. Two things, in fact. Stretching. Oh, with this screen is so small, it's actually increasingly difficult to pick the things. Okay.
That's it.
No, sublevel. What might you have for me here, and how big are you?
We are working at optimal efficiency.
Sure hope so.
Excuse me.
We are working at optimal efficiency.
Please direct all inquiries to G981.
G981 is our shift leader.
So it's just...
Construction is proceeding according to schedule.
Yeah, it seems like a place where you are just advancing forward. Nothing suspicious about that area. Yeah. Just the digging site. Yeah. So, now, then we just need to go back to the father and have a chat.
at full capacity.
If you say so. Now, perhaps it will be wiser, before we engage in conversation with the father, to wrap an episode and continue that in the next one. For now, I'd like to say thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. And if that is the case, then by all means, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.